Showers and storms are the norm, and that's exactly what we have right now. Actually expecting a pretty steady rain throughout today here in Jacksonville at TIAA Bank Field. This crowd excited to see their Jaguars as both teams emerged from their tunnels a moment ago. We are just about ready for football as the Jags get set to match up with Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints. It's a short kick, taken at the 15. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
Let's go. 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Let's go. Check it back.
21. Recon, 132 fighter.
This is Alvin Kamara, who made the Pro Bowl in each of his first 2 NFL seasons. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That good for 22 and a 1st down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Sacked by the outside backer, Telvin Smith.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. Gotta hope that's not a sign of things to come as they face an early 2nd and long.
Get to the ball. Let's keep moving. Hey, kill.
Here's Brees. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tucker roll that they can fall back on anymore.
On 3rd and long, it's Brees. Room to run inside the 40. That'll be complete to Cook. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 32-yard line.
Jared Cook is a guy who's been around the NFL. He's been with the Titans, the Rams, the Packers, and the last 2 years in Oakland. Now he makes a move to the Big Easy, where he pairs with Drew Brees and forms a nice little threat.
Brees now to throw. And brought in by the tight end Cook. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It'll be a Saints 1st down on a gain of 16 yards.
1st down, New Orleans.
The beauty of route running is it doesn't matter what position, everyone's doing the same thing. In this case, tight end, selling the vertical route. Get the defensive back on his heels, break off for the corner, and with good timing, you get a completion as we just saw there.
Ready, yellow lady.
Check. I'm coming for you. Hey, alert 3.
12.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple.
Kill.
Check three. Shit.
First carry now for Tyler Irvin. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Tyler Irvin, his first touchdown on the year. And the Saints take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This is fielded at the goal line. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. They go with Leonard Fournette, third-year back from LSU. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here's Foles. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. Foles. And he completes it to Westbrook. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. Back deep for the Saints is Ted Ginn. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
Now after the loss, they come up 2nd and 11 from the 19-yard line.
Tighten up. Good. Right forward, ready, set.
A 2nd down carry for Irvin. And this looks a lot like the last play. Behind the line of scrimmage, he's tackled for the 2nd straight go-around. Great job by this Jacksonville D. Good opening quarter for him. Remember, he had the sack earlier. Now a tackle for loss, another tackle for loss.
He's really making it tough on the play caller, though, isn't he? Because it's one thing to try and adjust when a guy's disrupting your running game. But when he's messing up your passing game as well, they may have to devote at least a second guy to him to try and keep him away from their plays.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Kill. You can't block me. Hey, let go. You can't block me. Tackle.
From the gun, it's Breeze. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. The tight end set to valve the intended receiver. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Stop your whining. 44 is the mark. 44. Opposite. Kill.
So after the INT, it's Breeze. Looking left side, and it's complete.
Here we go.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. The Saints with the football here to begin quarter number 2 as they go to work on a 1st and goal.
Check the out. 11.
Shotgun now for Breeze. A big seam, and he might go all the way. He's at the 50, the 30, 10, 5, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Extra point tacked on by Lambeau, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right? Good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
First down.
Mighty, yellow lady. They gonna need some therapy after this. Mike 50.
Throwing on first down is Breeze. And this is Cook with a grab. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll try the right side with Irvin. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
Ready. Yellow lady. Ready. Kill. Wait, what? Slam. Protein spill.
Into the red zone, it's Breeze. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Breeze will try again on second down. Again has it complete. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a third and a couple remaining.
Back. Kill. Here we go.
From the pistol, it's Irvin. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. On 4th down, off goes Drew Brees, and on comes the Saints kicker, Will Lutz, for the field goal attempt. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And Lutz puts this one through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble...
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They start out with a run from Irvin. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On second and 11 now. Breeze over the middle. It's Jared Cook. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Breeze now on first down. And complete right side to Cook. The 20, 10, 5, touchdown, New Orleans. Jared Cook. His first touchdown on the year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call. But he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Trying to get it there to D.D. Westbrook, and it'll bring up third down. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
And now the throw taken in by Chark. A Jacksonville first down on a pickup of 17. Now Foles. And that's caught inside the 30. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Out of the pistol, it's Fournette. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. To throw on 2nd and 6. Foles. The open man is Westbrook. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. He'll drop to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. D.D. Westbrook, his intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd and goal.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
All right, Captain, it's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. They'll set up to throw. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Josh Oliver in the final seconds of the first half, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And he'll be out of bounds at midfield, so a solid return to the 50. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Saints out on top as we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This fielded at the 2. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Now the Georgia Southern man, this is Jerick McKinnon. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Under. Hey, zoom.
Back to throw. That's into the hands of Westbrook over the middle. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job here of limiting that and keeping them from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on fourth.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Fournette. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Demario Davis, who was the Saints' leading tackler in his first year in New Orleans, in on the stop.
At the 39-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's second and 9.
One. Tighten down. There you go.
Second and 9 now. And that is incomplete here. The linebacker, Demario Davis, got a hand in to break that one up.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on third and 9.
22 jet bomber. Hey, Foxtrot. Yes.
They'll look to throw. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down. Here's Logan Cook now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
On first down, Breeze. That'll be complete to Cook. And all the way down to the 36-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 54 yards.
First down, Saints.
So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. Touchdown, New Orleans. In for the score. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They're down now 24-14. Work to do as they come up on a first and 10. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds.
It's a gain of 7.
Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the...
And a big loss here as he's taken down. The sack coming from defensive end Cameron Jordan. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Here's Foles. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Von Bell. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
with the Eagles.
That's right. Then gets it with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. And he's got a first down and then some at midfield. And finally, down at the 36-yard line. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. If they're going to try to complete this comeback, they need more runs like that from him, because until that point, he's been virtually shut down.
And based on where they are right now in this game, you would expect the ball to be in the air. But his ability to break off those types of runs, you can get big chunk plays on the ground as well. And he just provided one.
Here's a quick hitch route and the throw complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
It's a gain of 17 yards.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3 at the Jaguars' 12-yard line.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Right back to Washington. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Dwayne Washington, his first touchdown on the year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz good on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Foles trying to lay one up deep. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this 3rd quarter of play. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. 2nd and 10. That's out to his running back, Fournette. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll make it 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
They'll look to throw. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll look to throw here. He's going to loft one. This is caught inside the 15. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Jerick McKinnon, his second touchdown on the season. And the Jaguars get a score closer. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. This game was really a tussle, seemed like just a moment ago, and now they've got the momentum. A couple of scores on their last pair of drives, and a 2-score lead. I think here now you go conservative, right? Run the football, work the clock.
You know, I usually agree with you, but I'm going after him right here. I want to put this bad boy away. I wouldn't be afraid to throw it. They've got all the confidence, all the momentum on their side. Go ahead and take your dagger shots and try and finish this one off.
I disagree vehemently. I say run the football. You've got the lead.
Well, let's watch it and find out who's right.
On second down, Irvin trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Miles Jack there to make the tackle. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this fourth quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the fourth quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
53.
Mike's both.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. It's caught. Smith. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
Let's go, D. Big series right here.
Now back to throw. Looking for the end zone. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off by Von Bell. Wiggles free. They were looking for Johnson that time. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
They go with Washington to begin the drive. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Back to throw, Breeze. Open man is Michael Thomas. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It'll be a Saints 1st down on a gain of 16 yards.
1st down, Saints.
All the yards, completions, just another play that's a feather in the cap of the great career of Drew Brees.
And wasn't he supposed to be too small to be an effective quarterback in the NFL?
Yeah, how'd that work out?
Yeah, well, his footwork, I think, really sets him apart. Remember, he was a junior tennis champion, beat Andy Roddick, the future U.S. Open champion, back when they were in the juniors. I think that footwork really helps him be the great quarterback he is now.
And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Telvin Smith, he was 3rd in the AFC in tackling a year ago, there to bring him down. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here.
Kill. What's that?
44 is the mic. 44 is the mic. Watch the run.
Breeze to throw. Complete. It's Urban. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. The Saints on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
You're good. I full, ready.
Now Breeze. And Ginn's got it. Touchdown, New Orleans. Ted Ginn, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them.
We got this.
Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for the Saints, their good start continues as they get a road test next week as they head to the Windy City to take on the Bears. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, the loss will drop them to 4-2 on the year. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in Cincinnati against the Bengals. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.